Walt Disney Pictures presents Dinosaurs! Dinosaurs!
In Verhoeven and Tippett's original version, the story had a darker tone and told in the style of a nature documentary, where a Styracosaurus named Woot and his little lemur friend named Suri try to survive and escape the wrath of a Tyrannosaurus Rex named Grozny.
Arrgh, it's feeding time. Prepare to die. Arrgh!
At the end, the two big dinos fight, with Woot being the winner. But it didn't really matter because the big asteroid came by anyways and made all the dinosaurs extinct.
Wait, what? Boom!
Leaving Suri and all the other lemurs as the only survivors.
Do 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 do.
And has amazed guests every day on how a simple ride can always gather such huge lines. Because when you think of Baloo from Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, you think of the big gray sloth bear, deep in the jungle of India, mentoring the man cub about the laws of the land. And he's also one heck of a bush pilot. You know, just like what old Rudy always intended. The directors had to learn that the hard way when Ashman thought about a tragic opening that showed how the prince was cursed and turned into a beast. For Wise and Truesdale, they cannot take the idea of starting the movie off with an angry little brat turning into a monster seriously. So when they confronted Howard about his idea,
The backstory's
let's just say that it was the last time anyone ever confronted him on an idea of his. The original story was about a butler and a maid, possibly played by Boris Karloff and Françoise Rosé, who continuously failed to kill the cats of their mistress, since the animals were in front of them in line to inherit her fortune. At the same time, the story also goes into the perspective of the cats, where they get to talk whenever humans are not around, and the setting would be in Paris, France, in the veins of how the London location worked out for 101 Dalmatians. There were those who couldn't get enough of Frozen and never stopped singing the songs, and those who couldn't stand hearing them over and over and over to the point that they were ready to declare war on Arendelle.
That's it! I can't take it anymore! That queen's going down! Who's with me?
I am!
Count me in.
We'll show her who's boss!
Let's get her!
Yes, I'd like to purchase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plane tickets to Norway, please.
There she is! Let's get her!
Can't I just relax for one day without having to deal with this nonsense? That's the 14th angry mob within the past few hours. Make that 15.
It even got to the point that an actual brawl occurred while they were picketing. In the summer of 2011, they had to pick either the grand finale of the 10-year saga, where the boy wizard and his fellow students at Hogwarts face off against Lord Voldemort and his legion of Death Eaters in the ultimate battle of good and evil wizardry. Or they could watch Pooh and Friends fight Eeyore's tail. Come on, everybody! Let's see what funny things we can put on Eeyore's butt to make it seem like a tail. And who knows, maybe Pooh might find some honey along the way. Oh, let me tell ya, that summer was filled with tough decisions like this. With computer animation taking over, Disney was viewed as old-fashioned. And not only were they failing to impress audiences, but it was starting to literally cost them as well. And if they ever hoped to survive in this new fully digital world, they would have to learn to adapt and start making their own fully computer animated features, meaning that they would have to make a lot of sacrifices along the way, including hand-drawn animation.
Oh, hand-drawn, you will be gone, you're clearly outdated. Read my lips and come to grips with the reality. We must let go of the past, since pencils are not meant to last. Say hello to the future with CG! So hand-drawn tends to pass on all of our profits. But stay calm, we will move on, take it from me. We'll make the next CG star. We won't even need Pixar. Computers will make our films a real trip. They'll no longer take a terminal dip. The rest it's golden. It has been chosen. Disney will be in 3D. Whoopee! So long! No more hand drawn!
The one who first thought about the piece was actually not from any of the filmmaking team, but rather, it was Michael Eisner, who got the idea after attending his son's graduation, since the piece is known by many as a staple for those ceremonies. As for what would be represented visually, Eisner thought about presenting a large wedding featuring all the Disney princesses with their lovers, each carrying their future children as they say their I do's. For the animators, this was absolutely horrifying. Because not only would it look like the characters were a part of some freaky religious cult ritual, but also, if Disney presented all the princesses pregnant next to their true loves, then it would lead the audience to think about the process of how they were, how can I put this? Getting knocked up. We did more than just kiss. It's clear he didn't miss.
Also, just a reminder, most of the Disney princesses are below the age of 18.
Ultimately, Michael agreed to scrap it, but still really wanted them to use the piece.
Oh my! Ariel? Yeah, it's too late from our end, unfortunately.
Coming soon to own on video and Disney DVD. Good luck with this one, parents.